You see, this is the leaflet or called cusp. These are the tendinous cords, and these are the papillary muscles we said that is going to attach inside the heart. Yes. You see, this is the innermost, like you can see, this is the trabeculated muscle, which is inside, and this is, I mean, the ventricles from inside. This is called trabeculated muscle. Even on the atrium here, smooth trabeculated muscle, and these smooth trabeculated muscle, this is what we call the pectineus muscle. Pectineus muscle. Just in the back. The pectineus muscle is going to be only on the atrium. Right atrium. But especially on the right atrium, but the trabeculated muscle are going to be in both ventricles. Here, look here. This is the one which is called pectineus muscle. This is the pectineus muscle, means this is the right atrium. This is the right atrium. This is the pectineus muscle. I mean, inside the right atrium, most of it is going to be smooth, but only one part of the right atrium is going to be, looks like this. It looks like trabeculated muscle of the ventricles, but here just it has another name which is called pectineus. Pectineus. Now look at here, which is not seen. This is the fossa. This is the fossa ovale. This is the fossa ovale. I'm going to give you this in order to see. This is the fossa ovale, which is here. The fossa ovale, you can see it one by one. The fossa ovale, this is the one which is going to be between the right atrium and the left atrium. This is embryology. This is embryology. The fossa ovale. You know, we can see adult patients still. This fossa ovale is not closed, but very, I mean, it looks like and the patient is okay. But if it's very small, if it's big, you are going to have, the patient won't have problem. But if it's small, the patient will not have any problem. Bigger, so the blood is going to be mixed between the left and right atrium. And this looks like a shunt.
What function does it have
what's going on with this? So this is the heart. And embryologically, how the fossa ovale is going to be just developed. First, we are going to have a septum, and the septum, this goes like this. Just attention to this. It's going to go like this. and stay. This is the left atrium and this is the right atrium. So what does it mean that we have a foramen here? Un agujero que la sangre puede pasar de left to the right side. Yes? Ahora, con el tiempo, this one is going to go downward. Mira, mira qué pasa. Mira esta. Cuando baja aquí, empieza a bajar aquí. Cierra esa, pero esa se queda también abierto. El primero que estaba ahí, this is what we call the foramen premium. Cuando cierra esto, se forma otro foramen, and this is what we call foramen secundum. Yes? Okay. Now, ya dijimos, eso va a bajar y va a quedar así. Y eso ya está cerrado que está ahí. Ahora, ¿qué pasa? Empieza otro septum a formarse aquí. ¿Para qué? Para cerrar el foramen secundum. Mira que hace lo mismo. Y se queda aquí. Cerrando esta, y se queda algo entre aquí y ahí. The blood is going to go from the right side to the left side. So here, this is what we call the septum secundum, and this is septum premium. Between the septum secundum and the septum premium, still we have a fossa which is called fossa ovale. But this fossa ovale is going just to be closed after the birth, because here you are going to have the blood will come here and the pressure is going to go up and this is going to close like this. And you have the fossa ovale which is closed. Your question is going to be the following. The fossa ovale is going to be closed by the septum premium and the septum secundum. So if this not is closed, we are going to have what we call the atrial septal defect. And the blood will go from one side to another side. Atrial septal defect. So this is the embryology of how the fossa ovale is closed. ¿Cómo nosotros vamos a ver? Vamos a hacer un electrocardiograma y vamos a ver qué está pasando ahí. Y nosotros también vamos a hacer un ecocardiograma. La ecocardiograma va a decir a nosotros todavía eso está abierto. Between the trabeculated, I mean the vertiginous muscle, and the rest of the right atrium here, we are going to have which is called sulcus limitus. Sulcus limitus, which is here. This is a sulcus limitus. I mean limitus or cresta terminalis. This is between the muscle and the smooth muscle. Between the trabeculated muscle and the smooth muscle of the right atrium only. Okay, so We go to the lung in order to see now how the blood goes to the lung. We did it before, but now we can do it and we can understand it. Remember that here we have the heart, yes? And here we have the left atrium. Now we know where is the left atrium. We know where is the left ventricle. We know where is the right atrium. And we know where is the right ventricle. And between the left atrium and the left ventricle here, we have a valve which is the mitral valve. And here we are going to have a valve which is called tricuspid valve. So from the left atrium, we are going to have the ascending aorta. This is the ascending aorta, and then here we have the aortic arch. And then we are going to have the descending aorta. So from the right side, we said we are going to have trunk, which is called brachiocephalic trunk. And this is the subclavius, and this is the common carotid. Here we have the common carotid, and here we have the subclavius. And if you look to the right side, where is the superior vena cava, here is going to be formed by two trunk, brachiocephalic trunk, and each trunk is going to be by the subclavius and the jugular. This is the jugular, this is the jugular, and this is the subclavius. Here we have the inferior vena cava, and here we say that we have the pulmonary artery, and the pulmonary artery is going to be divided to two, which is the left as well as the right. And this is the circulation. I mean, very important for you in order to see the circulation. Look here now, from the left atrium through the mitral valve, the blood goes to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle goes to all the way to the ascending aorta, and goes to the brachiocephalic, goes to the common carotid, to the subclavius. And we know from our previous lecture, the external carotid, here we have a lot of branches which give blood supply to the head and neck. And this goes to the upper extremities through the subclavius. Then the venous drainage finally comes through the jugular, through subclavius, goes to the two pulmonary trunks, to the right atrium, to the right ventricle, and to the lung. And this is from the pulmonary artery, goes to the lung for oxygenation. You see, what does it mean? Still here, you see, this is pulmonary artery. Attention, my question, we said, why the artery is in blue color and the veins are on red color? Because the pulmonary artery here, the blood is still on the right ventricle in the right atrium, because this is blue color. This is blue color. I mean, the venous drainage goes to the right side of the heart, to the right ventricle, still go for the lung for oxygenation. That's why the pulmonary artery, and this is the first time you can see the artery is in blue in color. Now, when the blood is oxygenated, you know, remember on the lung, we said this is the right lung. In the right lung, here we have three lobes. We have superior, middle, and here we have two lobes, superior and inferior. So from each lobe, there is a vein. You see how many veins here we have? 5. But for these two veins are going to form only one. And here one, here one, here one. So We are going to have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these pulmonary veins, attention now, these pulmonary veins, the one which is going to carry all the oxygenated blood to the left heart here, to the left atrium. That's why these called pulmonary veins. And now pulmonary veins, it's in red in color. That's why we say the pulmonary artery is in blue color, artery in blue color here, and the veins are red in color, goes to the pulmonary veins, to the left atrium, to the left ventricle, goes to the head and neck, all the body through the aorta. Then the venous drainage comes to the right atrium, to the right ventricle, to the lung for oxygenation and so on. So the blood supply, let us see the blood supply of the lung, comes from the bronchial artery. The bronchial artery, which comes from the descending aorta. You see here, the descending, the aorta is going to have 100% of oxygenated blood. So the blood here goes through the bronchial artery, and the bronchial artery goes and gives blood supply to the lung. So what does it mean? You see here again, to the lung, the height, we have bronchus, we have pulmonary artery, and 2 pulmonary veins. And 2 pulmonary veins, so you have to know all the structure of the hilum and the blood supply. What's the name of this one here? Right ventricle. The name of this one here? The left ventricle. Here, the right ventricle, we don't see it a little bit here because this is the superior vena cava, and here the inferior vena cava. So from the right ventricle, here we have the ascending aorta, here we have the brachiocephalic trunk, here we have the common carotid and the subclavius. You see here, they separate. The common carotid and the subclavius is here. You see what is posterior to the, or between these, the trunk, brachiocephalic trunk and the common carotid. Here we have the trachea in between. So here, again, we come back to the hilum of the lung here. This is the, which one? In blue color, artery.
Yes, that's a hard.
Where it comes from? The right ventricle. The right ventricle. What type of, what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood. Now here we have 2 pulmonary veins. We said the 2 pulmonary veins are here. 2 here and 2 here in each lung. 2 pulmonary veins here. Yes? And here we have the bronchus. You see the bronchial arteries, which comes from the descending aorta. So what does it mean so far? We have 1 bronchial artery, we have 1 pulmonary vein, so 1 pulmonary artery and 2 pulmonary veins, and the bronchus. And the bronchus. Take 5 minutes.